We joke, we laugh, we have fun, we race, we bang on the doors. When it's all done and over with, what's it called? We love each other, don't we? Huh? We love each other. This guy just wheeled up here, and I've been buddies for, my gosh, long time. I don't think I've ever watched somebody that was more aggressive on a racetrack. And that if he didn't like what you did to him, ready for this? You better go hide in the back of Jason Hinton's Suburban. That's kind of an inside joke. But he'd hunt you down and he'd put bumps in your forehead. But you talk about a transition in somebody's life. You're looking at it right here. We're talking about the miracles that St. Jude's Hospital does for little ones. St. Jude's didn't do this miracle. Lord did. Lord did. I knew his daddy. We had a Memorial Day race out at Mansfield back when it was dirt back in the 90s. I don't remember. Wayne Maffett Memorial race. Wayne won that race. And guess what? His brother-in-law was married to Wayne's sister, won the pure stock that night. That was the time when I knew the good Lord was looking down on us. Not that Wayne wasn't capable or Troy wasn't. When Wayne got here today, I opened the truck door and acted like I was going to pull him out of there. And he said, "What do you want? A one-legged butt kicking?" And I said back to him, "I'll take you to court and you won't have a leg to stand on." I was able to spend some time with Anita and Wayne right before Christmas. A very close friend of his, Scott Bowersock, the track champion down at the Eldora Speedway. And we had the Wayne Maffett fundraiser downtown. Scott brought pictures that he had sketched of Wayne's number 40 car, and I bought them with the intentions of putting them up in my race room. But as I watched Wayne get better, I wrapped them up and gave them to him for Christmas because I love the guy. I love him. That's from the heart. Anita, you need to be right up here too. Get up here. You get up here. This little lady here was glued to the hip of this boy since his accident happened back in September 28th or something like that, 25th? September 25th. I'm just going to give you, I'm going to quit talking in a minute, I'm going to let Wayne talk, but I just want you to know what they went through. Wayne, hard worker, painter, good one. Anita, hard factory worker. All of a sudden, on September 25th, that came to an end when Wayne was involved in a terrible, terrible accident. And one of them scissors lips fell over. Life flighted to Toledo, spent weeks, months, whatever the term might be. Rehab centers. I hate the word rest on it. Because they didn't give him any rest, they made him work. Look at him today. Look at him today. Look at the smile. He likes to show those pearly whites now. And I'm going to let him tell you just a little bit. He may stumble a little bit. He might cry a little bit. If he cries, don't you laugh because he'll come after you. He asked me to put a moped motor on this so he can chase you down. And I want you to listen real close of what he believes. What he believes and what I believe and what a lot of people believe. Why he's here today. Got a plan. Got a plan. Everybody needs to stand up. I want to honor Wayne Maffett Jr., please. Come on. Give it up. Give it up. Wayne, a few months ago, I would never say you're going to be sitting here. I thought that you might be, and I knew better, you might be the kind of guy that sit out there and look out the windows thinking how tough things have been on you, but you didn't.
No, I didn't have no quit in me, and the Lord's helped me through this deal, and He just keeps helping me, and I really want to thank Rod and Sue and Ryan Edelblut for making this possible. I don't have to quit racing. I really wanted to be here for the St. Jude organization today. It meant a lot to me, and just everybody means a lot to me, and the support has kept me fighting.
Didn't I tell you he was a fighter? Huh? His daddy was a fighter. His daddy light you up, wouldn't he? Huh? You'd light him up too, wouldn't you, Wayne?
Back in the day.
He says back in the days. Don't let him fool you. Yeah, he's a believer. But the Lord didn't take that out of your heart yet, buddy. And I hope He never does. Because I know the love of the sport that you have, how heated it gets. One thing that I thought was very unique about Wayne Maffett Jr., I've announced, and Mike has as well, thousands and thousands and thousands of race car drivers in my time and Mike's time. Wayne's the only one I ever had to see a cigarette lighter in a race car. Has this one got one?
No, this one ain't got one.
Yet. Tell us a little bit, Wayne, when you finally woke up in Toledo, what went through your mind? I know that Anita shared a lot, kept us posted, and Lori, thank you guys so much with what was happening with your recovery. It had to be just mind-boggling, did it not?
Yeah, when I first woke up, I was really scared. I didn't know what was going on. Everything on me was hurting. And I was trying to get out of bed, and the nurse said, "Honey, you can't get out of bed. You've lost your leg." And I said, "You lost my leg, and you better find it." I was still trying to get out of bed, and I finally realized my leg was gone, and my other foot was hurting so bad, my arm, and I just had so many injuries and bandages. I was really scared. And you know, the pastors just started coming to see me. I had 5 pastors show up to talk to me, 2 in one day, and I only ever knew one of them. I didn't know him that well, but 5 pastors and some people from the churches was coming to see me, and then after that, the fear went out of me, and I started fighting. And I think God's got a plan for me. Since I got injured, I lost my dad 20 years ago to a work accident. I'm really happy I didn't lose my life. I'm trying to recover as much as my life as I had, and racing has been a big part of it. This will be my 27th year, and my father got to race 27 years before his life was over, and I get to run my father's number, and that's always been a lot to me. I try to keep my father at the track, and I'm just really blessed to be where I'm at. And I had a really bad thing happen to me, but God's been making a lot of good things happen for me since then, and I became a believer. And if you don't believe in God, you better, because there might come a day when you really need Him. And they only gave me a 10% chance to live, and I tell people God must have given me the other 90 because I'm here.
Yes, He is. Wendy, I know that Rod and Sue have been so instrumental in this 40 car, but I think maybe Buck had a deal with this too, Buck Smitley?
Yeah, Hilltop's offered to let me use the racetrack when I get ready to go, so I can do some testing there without being a night of competition, make sure I'm ready to compete before I actually get out there around other cars and stuff. So Buck's really helping me a lot. That's something I really needed. I didn't want to get out there and just have to compete right off the bat. I'd like to be able to get out there and test a little, and Buck's made that possible, and Hilltop's just been great, and everybody's really been great through this. The support's been unbelievable. I lived it, and I still have a hard time believing it.
And you mentioned Rod and Sue several times, and we heard Rick Bond mention them too. Hey, Rod Edelblut, you want to come up and say anything? Come up here. Come on up here. Edelblut's Garage. You stay here, Wayne. This guy does it all. Give him a big round of applause. Rod Edelblut. Good, buddy. I just want to publicly say thank you for what you're doing for Wayne and what you do for Rick Bond and a lot of other ones. You did Randy Scott for many, many years in 63 car. It's going to bring a tear to you and my eye both when we see this 40 car hit the racetrack, isn't it, Rod?
Yep, we are really looking forward to it.
All right, buddy. Thank you for your friendship over the years and being a part of his comeback, huh? Wayne, any closing thoughts here? I want to tell everybody about the sponsors you got on this car.
Well, I tell you, we got these sponsors in 1 week. Donaldson Law Offices, Car Connection, B&B Drain, RL Bond Septic, Finish Line Bar and Grill, Rod Edelbluch Garage. We put these sponsors together in 1 week. 2 weeks ago, the car wasn't lettered. We worked hard to get it out here today because we wanted to support Terry and Carolyn, Mid-Ohio Graphics, done the graphics, and they done our T-shirts. I'm really happy to see all the shirts around here. It just makes me want to fight that much harder, and I would have probably quit if it wasn't for all the support.
You're not a quitter. Not a quitter. Wayne, thank you for all the enjoyment you've given me over the years as an announcer and as a race fan. And I'm looking forward to being the first one to interview you when you put that into the winner's circle, buddy. I want to be there.
That'd be great, Chuck. I really had a good time here today, and I hope everybody else has. And I'm really happy and blessed just to be here.
Again, one more time, everybody. Wayne Maffett Jr.
From day one this accident happened, when everybody stuck to the computers, they listed everybody, what was going on, and I've always liked you, I always liked your dad. In my book, Wayne, you got first place in the race to recovery, brother.
Thanks a lot. It means a lot. I always had a love for trophies, so it'll be special. There's so many people I'd really like to thank, and I don't have time. We'd be here all day and night. I just want to thank everybody and anybody who supported me or continues to support me, or the prayers. It's all made a difference. It's all helped me to get where I am, and eventually I'll be back on the track where I want to be. And hopefully when this is all over, all I'll be missing is a little portion of my leg.
Thank you, Wayne. Draw a winning ticket. This is for an adult door prize. Raffle ticket, I mean. What is it? .007, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rick Bond, you won something. It's an adult prize, Rick. Hey, Rick, you won Rick, you won an adult prize. You want me to call Donna and tell her? There you are. A couple tickets to the Wayne County Speedway, huh? There you go. You're welcome. Yeah.
I drawed my uncle's number.
That's right. He did. Yeah, that's his uncle. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Rick's wife was sister to Wayne's dad. Yeah, his wife Ann. You guys went to the same school together, didn't you? Or you went to different schools together, didn't you? You guys aren't catching on. Just not catching on. Huh? Okay, Carolyn, what do you got? Yeah, get a picture of Rick Bond there. Anybody else want a picture with him? Get up here. It's going to be worth probably in about 10 years, it won't be worth anything.